everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you could join me today. Before we get started, I just want to say that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone and do not reflect anybody else's experiences or feelings. With that being said, let's get into it. As you may or may not know, March is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. So with that being said, I wanted to do a video that I think is kind of unique. I haven't really seen many people do a topic on this. I want to do a video on the pros or positives of having cerebral palsy. Yes, there are positives, and I just don't think they're talked about enough. And so I want to take this time in this video to go over a few of the positive things that I've experienced because of cerebral palsy. This video, I want to be a positive place. I want new parents who may have had a new diagnosis to come here and to know that things will be okay. Or maybe you have cerebral palsy yourself and you are feeling down and feeling like nothing is going your way. There are positives, and I admit it, I am a very pessimistic person. But sometimes you just have to look on the bright side of things. So without further ado, here we go. My number one positive or pro thing for having cerebral palsy is the parking. I mean, come on guys. You can't get any better than the parking. You usually get right up to the front. The stalls are nice and wide. So if you're like me and am a terrible parker, you have a lot of room to park yourself in there, to get out, get your walking aid. And generally speaking, you're right up near the door of wherever you're going to go, which for me here in Canada in winter is a lifesaver. So my number one thing positive for having cerebral palsy is the parking. If you enjoy this cerebral palsy content, please consider subscribing below and hitting that bell notification so that you get future notifications of all my videos. I would sure love to have you. My number two positive thing for having cerebral palsy is, in my experience, I very rarely have to wait in line. Yes, I never go out of my way and ask to be taken to the front of the line. I will very dutifully get in line. I usually will have my cane with me or someone to help support me up. And oftentimes someone from the venue will come and they'll ask me if I want to jump the line. Now, I used to feel really guilty about it. I did, because why should I get special treatment? But then again, if you can get it, take it. You gotta take the positives where you can. So at concerts, I've gotten to skip the line to the front. At the airport, I got to go through the Nexus line, even though I'm not a Nexus member. More places than I can count, I've gotten to skip the line, which when you have low mobility and your stamina is not great is a really, really great thing. And if I'm with people, I will always ask, sure, if my friends can come too, and I've never had them turn me down. So that's my number two positive thing. Next up is, I'm not afraid to ask for help. I know my limitations, and if I need help, I'll ask for it. Whether it's a stranger at the store, my partner, my mother, if I need help, I'll ask for it. And that's a positive because a lot of times people will struggle in their physical life and their emotional life, and they'll keep it all within themselves and they'll struggle alone. But having the ability to ask for help and to know when you need that help, I think is a really great thing and a really great quality to have. So that's my number three positive thing for having cerebral palsy. My number four positive thing for having cerebral palsy is the relationship I have with my mom. My mom and I are super close. I'll insert a picture of her here so you can see her. She's beautiful. Say hi. Her name is Gloria. My mom and I are super close, and I think that that is because I had to rely on her a lot growing up. She was my mother and my caregiver. She taught me my limitations. She taught me when I can exceed my limitations. She was always there for me, day, night, pain, emotion, no matter what. We have a very, very strong bond. I know that I can ask her for anything, anything, and she would move this earth to help me. And I really think that that is in part due to my cerebral palsy. We had to have that very special bond from a very, very young age. And I knew that I had to be able to trust her to take care of me in ways that, you know, a normal mother wouldn't have to look after their child. And we are super close, and I'm super thankful for that. So I think I'm on my number 5 thing, positive thing for having cerebral palsy. And that is I have a very fast metabolism and very tight muscle tone. Why is that a good thing, you ask? I have muscles. I have a nice body type, if I do say so myself, and I don't have to work out. I can eat just about anything I want. And I've got muscles. You can't really see from this top, but I have really tight muscle tone, and that's all due to my cerebral palsy, and I don't have to do a thing. So that's my number 5 thing. Number 6 positive thing for having cerebral palsy is, guys, it's the year 2020. Well, I guess it's 2021 now, but in 2020, something happened. I can't say what it is due to YouTube restrictions, but I think we all know what it is. And just by having cerebral palsy, and always have been told what I can or cannot do with my own body, the limitations the doctors have put on my body, what society has said I can and cannot do, staying in, not being as social. All that has prepared me for this time that we are all being more introverted and all having restrictions put on us and our movements and our bodies. And I really do think that having cerebral palsy has really prepared me for this time. And I'm grateful for it because, let's face it, guys, this last year has been hard. And I'm just glad that I feel like I was mentally prepared a little bit more for it than, let's say, an average person. And last but not least, number 7 positive thing or pro thing for having cerebral palsy is, ready for it? Da, 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 da. Nobody ever asks you to help them move, ever. At least for me, I've never been asked to help someone move. Let's face it, it doesn't look like it would be a lot of fun, and I don't think I'm missing out on a whole lot. Okay, guys, so that's my list for now of 7 positive things for having cerebral palsy. I really hope that you learned something in this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below what you think is a positive thing that has come out of having cerebral palsy or know somebody that has CP. It's March, guys. It's CP Awareness Month. Please spread the word. I would love it if I could get more viewers to this channel. And thanks for listening. Until next time.